So, today we're actually going to be talking about a story that's actually very similar to the movie Up. Maybe like, what? The Pixar Disney movie? Is that what you're talking about? Up with the old man? He had the Asian dude who was a Boy Scout, and he had, all these balloons on a house. Yes, yes, yes. This is exactly what came to mind. I'm like, okay, no one actually did this. Yes, they did. Okay, let's get into it. It says Brazilian priest died after tying himself to 1,000 balloons and being found in ocean months later. Okay, so this is not a happy ending. Okay, let's get into it. It says Father Adler Antonio de Carli floated over the ocean by tying himself to 1,000 helium-filled balloons with the hopes of raising money for chapel for truckers on his highway parish or in his highway parish. So I thought this was just an odd thing. Why would you need to be on balloons, for some highway chapel thing that you're doing for some kind of fund? I just found it to be odd that this was the method and the only option, but let's get into it. He set off from the Brazilian port city of Paranagua on 20th of April 2008, wearing a helmet, aluminum thermal flight suit, and waterproof coveralls, while attached to a parachute and 1,000 balloons. The Roman Catholic priest wanted to break the 19-hour record for the longest time ballooned up in the air. De Carli was an experienced skydiver who underwent survival and wilderness training. Okay, so he's not your typical priest. Okay, this was his second time doing the stunt, and in January that year, he used 600 balloons to go on a 4-hour, 17,390 foot journey. Wow. That's crazy. So, he's an adrenaline junkie, essentially. Upon his new adventure, De Carli carried a GPS tracker and radio so he could inform air traffic control of his position. However, 8 hours later, after taking off, the 41-year-old went off grid. Planes, helicopters, or helichopters, like I just like to say it, and rescue teams searched high and wide for the priest, but to no avail. 2 days after takeoff, a number of balloons were seen in the sky off Brazil's southern Santa Catarina's state near Carli's last contact point. His body, unfortunately, was found months later in July, and DNA tests proved that it belonged to him, as well as what he was wearing. They were like, yes, we remember him wearing this. This is him, unfortunately. He was said to have reached an altitude of 20,000 feet. Wow. And was on course to descend to about 8,200 feet for his planned flight to Dourados. Unfortunately, he was said to have been blown off course by winds and before he lost contact. De Carli reportedly said he was, quote unquote, losing height. The body was recovered by chance by tugboat workers. So I put a little bit of images in there before, but I'm going to show you. So this is what he looked like. He had a parachute. It's him, has a parachute, and he has 1,000 helium-filled balloons. Okay. Here's another image of him. He's, like I said, he's an adrenaline junkie. He loves this kind of stuff. Here's another image of him, and this is what they ended up finding on, in the water. They found his balloons, and they're like, okay. But yeah, so this is what this is what I originally thought. It's unfortunate, of the circumstances, but this is what I originally thought. It actually looks pretty darn similar. If you really look at, this is an image from Up. You look at that and then you look at the balloons and it's like, yeah, minus the vibrant colors, this is what it is. It's an unfortunate death that this man, endured, obviously. Now I'm going to assume, once you get to higher altitudes, the air starts getting a little thinner up there, so, or I guess more, not a little bit, but, so it's that you got the crazy winds, the helium. I'm going to assume it only takes so much before it's like, okay, we're gonna have to start deflating a little bit, so that I wonder if his parachute worked or was it kind of maybe could have gotten blocked by the balloons. Just an interesting story, and just the fact that you were trying to do this to raise funds. I just found this to be an odd thing. I feel like you wanted to do this. This was, the funds were afterthought, but this just seemed like, okay, this is something that I really wanted to do, so I'm gonna go ahead and do it. But let me know what you all think about this. Hey, if you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe, and also leave a comment down below. I would also appreciate it if you could go on ebay.com, simply type in Latrice Limited, click on shops, and then you can support me right over there. I have a wide variety of items over there. I have many of my own personal Latrice Limited items, which has candles, bath bombs, soaps, essential oil blends, lingerie robes. I have a whole bunch of stuff. I even have comic books on there, men's ties, action figures, a whole bunch of other stuff as well. Definitely support me on there. Like I said, do not forget to like and subscribe, and thank you.